We made it. Fucking oath. There was a pole and she's died. Solar panel and a power block. It is flowing, just. Trying to scramble this, and even those roots look so dead and so dry, they're just going to snap off. And here we are looking from the top now. It's definitely worth trying to come back and explore it. I could almost try and double back and come back in today, but I don't know if I can be fucked with that much effort. It's disturbing. Good morning, people. Today we are in, well, south of Grantchester, Rosewood, Ipswich, good old Queensland. Today we're going to try and get up Mount Beau Brummel. So, to get to this one, you're going to go down Mount Beau Brummel Road, restricted access. Oh, this is a new sign. Interesting. Anyway, there's a fire trail here at the end of this road. There's one house at the end of the road too, but we're going to try and walk straight up this private wildlife refuge. Alright, so we've got a fire trail that's pretty much pushing us up, which is great. Didn't realise there was going to be one. I did have someone's GPX, but I wasn't sure if this actually was going to be a bush bash up a spur. Thank God, because there's really long grass. It has been cut some recent times. So, Mount Beau Brummel is 680 metres. So, starting at like 240. So we've got to climb about 400 metres at least. So, see how far this track goes up. Pretty steep already. It's blue. Beautiful blue is what I'm trying to say. Sky right now for winter. It's probably about, I don't know, 15 degrees. So there's going to be amazing views, hopefully. Haven't really seen anyone do this, but obviously the GPX says someone has. And also, Steve Hounslow, shout out. He kind of reminded me about doing this one. He said he'd done it a long time ago when he was a kid as a scout or something, so I thought, alright, let's give it a crack. Being a nature conservation reserve and actually national park. So yeah, it's going to be a steep grind. Another gate here. Alright, we finally got up to a little bit of a flat bit. Ends around this gully. My original plan was to try and cut straight up this spur, but it's pretty shit house in terms of just growth. Could be pushing through a little bit of around Lantana bundles, but definitely not fast. So this GPX obviously follows this road, which I didn't know about. So obviously we'll keep following this. Slightly longer, it's a creek here that's dry. Slightly longer to go around, but obviously that made it easier for the car to get up. That explains why they got a longer route. So yeah, we'll keep going. Alright, so maybe, I don't know, 1/4 up the side of the mountain, maybe nearly half the way we're up and around. There's something interesting here. This whole ridge line, it has a series of unnamed, mostly unnamed little knolls or peaks. So after Beau Brummel, it's really nothing. It's really like, let's have a look here. So we're heading left if you're looking at it this way. So after Beau Brummel, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, essentially six unnamed hills. Maybe we'll see this better once we get up there. I should point it out probably then. Then we get to Grass Tree Knob. Now there's a few grass tree knobs around, even in Queensland, but this is one on this range. After that you have Kangaroo Mountain. Yes, there's several Kangaroo Mountains as well. And after that you're eventually going to hit Mount Castle, which is the side of main range, and then you're at pretty much the wider track, which is the main route that takes you to the Scenic Rim Trail, like Mount Cordo, etc, etc. So this is actually an arm of that range, of main range. So that's pretty fucking cool. Actually, I didn't realise it joined all that. It's a shame there's no peaks with names in between, because you could essentially tick off a lot of peaks if you walk this whole ridge line once you got up there. And to the right, it pretty much has one more peak at the end, and then that pretty much goes down as the end. Now I don't know if people call the last bit of this range on the right, that last peak. There's supposed to be this locality up the road, and it's called Mount, what's it called again? Where are we? But I already forgot. Mount Mort. And so there's a locality of Mount Mort, but I don't see any Mount Mort actual mountain, which is weird. The closest mountain would be the other end of this Mount Brummell. So if that's classified as Mort, I don't know. Wish it was marked on maps, but it's not on QTopo, Google, or Gaia. Officially has a peak just down on the road, which is flat. Anyway, let's get up here. As this track bends around, we've got another spur starting, which looks like it could actually be an old track, and essentially could be a shortcut to get to the summit. But we'll stick with this main track for now. This main track bends right around and goes back again. So yes, like I said, longer, but it's a little bit easier. Why not? Why fight snake grass? All right, so we'll just come up here. There's a bit of a mow track to the left. Now this track that I'm looking to follow was going right. I don't know if this is like a new bit of track to try to make, whether it just ends up here or it does wind up and go up this shorter way. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like it's going too far actually. Yeah, interesting. See, it doesn't look too bad. We'll cut that actually now. Let me have a look at the map. What's through there? Yeah, it's a good little spur. It's just grassy. Definitely a shortcut. Nice. It's just weird that the guys have gone this way. But anyway, look, maybe we'll go back down that if we feel like it. Let's just follow this still. So these guys have actually done a loop and gone a bit wider once they got on the top as well afterwards. So probably just a bit more exploring. So we've got another track that kind of goes up somewhere, whether that actually is a mode track or whether they just went off track. We'll find out up here. All right, so our track has led us up to another point where you can go left again. It's a bit weird. These guys have stuck to the right there, so we'll just have a look up here. So this is the spur. Would have actually got to here, and then it turns to the Lantana. So it doesn't actually continue nice all the way, which is annoying. I don't know, this must be an old route to wind up and they rerouted it. I don't know. It's really weird. But summit's just up there. Well, still a lot further up there. You can see it in the distance. Woo. It's actually further than you think. It's a real far bit. Holy shit. You can see the clear patches are definitely going to be views. I don't know what the deal is with this track. Maybe it somehow zigzags back to where I said it comes up the spur. Or this goes around the mountain a whole other fucking place. I don't know. It's the problem, these tracks aren't marked on the map. On any map. This thing keeps going around, it's just weird. There's the, I think that is the spur we're going to come up. Yeah, we'll just keep going. Follow their route. I don't know why they're against people walking here. This is just like any other fucking peak in the area. Dry grass and Montana. I don't see anything that's hectically going to get disturbed by bushwalkers. Especially when there's already a fucking cut track. If anything, we're just going to keep maintaining it, aren't we? Very weird. Anyway, hopefully you don't see any fucking SNAKESs, because it's definitely dry and hot enough. Even the winter out here to be this far west to come across some red valleys or browns probably. We'll see. Well, we've got another nice spur there. It's not too bad to try and tackle actually. There's a summit, you can see a bit better now. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I see maybe why they go wide, because they want to go up that bit there to get up it versus the last scramble. I'm not saying you can't go this way, but maybe that's why. Wow, it's fucking big. Still got a ways to fucking get up. So yeah. Apparently they have a way to jump onto the, maybe where that saddle goes down, they try and attack straight into that. That's what I reckon. That's what the track might make sense with. Yeah, there's potentiality of creeks that flow off this mountain in summer for little waterfalls possibly, but I don't know. I think you need a lot of rain. I don't think she's flowing more than 2 weeks after the rain. Well, I don't know if this GPX has recorded it correctly, because it's saying they've gone somewhere straight up the side of this, which is not really a very good track. It's just this fucking steep and rugged. Not exactly there, but the line's pretty straight. It's like recorded it wrong is why I think. The rest of the track's got little zigzaggy fucking things. See, that's the spur I was going to go up. It really don't look too bad. It's just fucking consistent, Jesus. I don't know, like, we'll keep following this road. Like I said, I reckon if their longer route out is via this road, it makes some sense. Let's just keep going and see. If it takes us up nicely, then whatever. And like I said, maybe we'll entertain going the other way back. If this wasn't here, I'd already be on that spur by now for sure. No doubt about it. Anyway, we'll see how we go. So it's about 5 Ks return if we go this longer way. If I check their GPX, probably a bit more than that. Oh, sorry, it's 8 Ks, and that's with the shortcut back down that shit. So if you were to go the whole way back and forth this road, it could turn into like 15 or something. I don't know, we'll see. My way up would have been shorter but steeper. That's essentially straight up the spur, which is not that steep, but definitely not as flat as this, that's for sure. Well, I've got this viewpoint, and I don't know if you can make it out, but you can see the skyscrapers of Brisbane City, boom, on the horizon. That's fucking cool. Alright, let's keep going. So we've got a few peaks out here, and I think that tabletop is Mount Walker, also private property. Especially Mount Grey out there too, but I don't know which one it is. There's a little hill in the foreground there, but I think it has no name. Interesting. We've got another chance there to kind of push up the spur as well, around that lantana patches. That's not too bad, you're not too far from the summit. You can't even see the summit anymore because we've curved so far, but again, I'm just gonna keep following this road just for now, because if it winds me up like it's supposed to, like it looks like it does on this GPX, maybe there's the track all the way to like the last part you just scramble up. So yeah, we'll see. There's some really cool views popping through. Look at this valley through there now. We wasn't getting that angle before, and not to mention also this fucking waterfall. Look at that rock face. Wow, it's crazy. It's going to be dry obviously, but like it's the first bit of rock we've seen. That is nuts. So yeah, worth doing this rim trail along the way, because look what you're getting. You may not see that from the top of the peak, you never know. But so that's the mainrange peak, which I think could be called Mount Mort. If not, we should claim it as Mount Mort anyway. Fucking whatever. Do what you want, people. It's your adventure. So we're finally curving around and we're nearly going to be winding our way up now. So this is like a mini saddle between both of them. Interesting. Well, unless we are going still further and we can't see. It's a bit hard. There's a hill over there, so he's kind of, I don't know what the fuck. So that is actually called Parker's Creek, South Branch, and it definitely, on my topographic line, shows some fucking waterfall action. So that'll be interesting. If you had a creek hop in there, because you gotta go through some kind of fucking paddock way back there. But in summer, for sure, it should be flowing. Now we can even detour slightly. This track does veer us around near the creek. So we can double back to the top of that waterfall and just have a quick look. May as well. Even if it's dry, we get some perspective of what it's going to be like. So as this curves around, yeah, it looks like it'll kind of take us back up with this track, hopefully. See how this goes. We've still got to gain 200 metres of elevation, that last bit. Let's just side onto the waterfall. I wonder if it's worth sneaking over the edge here. Actually, we might be able to see some of it. Didn't realise. The grass is pretty long, but we can get over there. Instead of following this track, let's have a look at fucking what's happening. Anyway, yeah, so see how much further this road's going to take us to. Come on, waterfall view. So even if it was flowing right now, you'd maybe see it from this side. Maybe. Let's have a look. No, definitely can't see shit really, and definitely there's no water. There's actually a little trip here dropping in. You can see it. It rolls right off. Crazy. Let's get on this little next bit, maybe we can see this waterfall in. So dry. This is rainforest. Wow. One, we wouldn't have walked so easily, and two, we would have some water. The gully would hold moisture longer. Come on, vantage point. We'll get on top of it, I reckon, if we can climb down. For sure, but no, you're not going to see it. It's full stuck in that gorge. Well, we'll keep winding our way over, we'll see how we get. I just mentioned to Steve that I was halfway up here, and he just told me that he did this 20 years ago for school. It was a full bush bash, and this little fucking road didn't exist. What a fucking hectic school, eh? Fair enough, it was a trail. Even with the trail, it's a mission for a school group. Different times, eh? I'm just going to creep to that tree. See if you can still see anything. A bit of a faint footpath here, but I wonder if it's just animals. You can kind of see the rock face. Yeah, for sure people are coming in trying to look for the vantage point. It is flowing, just. Very dribbly, but it fucking counts. Cool. That's a win. Wish you could see a little bit better. I don't know if I can get there if it's any better for it, but I think she's a bit steep trying to climb down. If you're trying to get to the base from here, I reckon you have to fucking come, like I said, from way down over there. First is crossing, well, following the creek all the way from the paddock from where it crosses the road. You could actually start the creek hop where we started this hike today, at the start of this fucking boundary, and then you could actually kind of just walk and try to follow where the edge of the cliff line before you really climb up anything, so you stay low, so you're not gaining altitude and going up and down shit, and you just follow it all the way around and then eventually hit the creek, then creek up the last bit. But whether or not in summer it really gets much more flow, but it's hard to know being this far west. Looks like you kind of scrambled down to this like lower little bit, but I think it's a bit hectic. And maybe you can see it slightly better there, but it's a fucking mission. It's so rugged steep. Maybe it's worth it, because you can kind of see, but I don't know. From this point, it looks fucking shit house. Alright, so I fucking got down some of this steepness, and it is so fucking loose soil. It is ridiculous. Like the tufts of grass that you think you're gonna grab, and they just fucking literally lift out. So yeah, I don't want to try and push any further down. Like, maybe get to there, but fuck that. Like, if you start trying to scramble this, and even those roots look so dead and so dry, they're just going to snap off in like a 20 centimetre piece. If it was green rainforest, things would be well fucking moistured and more solid to grab, but nah, I'm not trusting this fucking shit. Anyway, at least we can get a better perspective of the waterfall, so a bit better than what we had up there. She's alright. You can kind of see just really one level. Maybe there's another smaller tiers down below, but yeah. I did kick a rock off and it sounded like it went forever, so that's lovely. Even though it seems like the bottom is just there, but like, I don't know. There's a boulder there you can see sitting down there. Anyway, it does drop down several bits because it has to get down quite. We've climbed quite a way up, at least 200 meters or more, maybe even 300 meters. All right, I don't know why this is all worn away here. This maybe just like water rush, or maybe it's even wallabies trying to go to the sound of the water, then they realise they can't get off. Maybe they even fucking fall off. Who fucking knows? Anyway, let's get back on track and try and get up this hill, and let's hope it's nowhere near as sketchy this part here, because this part was fucking, yeah, not fun. I'm pretty sure I just saw a snake. All I saw was the fucking wriggle, but I couldn't see what it was. Okay, and before we go, exactly back on the uphill, I did want to try and climb down to the creek level, but so far we're still pretty fucking high. So I don't know what the chances. We might have to go a fair way fucking upstream to get in, which might not be worth it at this point. Which is really fucking annoying. Can't believe that we're so high still. Oh, there could be a cascade even on top. Still rolls over like a motherfucker on the edge here. Jeez. That is crazy. Can't really see and just hear the water. Oh, I can just see, yeah. Alright, we'll go a little bit further up. We can't really get in easily. I'm not going to fight it because it's already hectic enough with just getting down that last bit. Mentally fucking challenging. Especially by yourself, especially so remote. Stuff like that where it's this loose fucking, so loose edge. And if you had more of these to fucking grab, that would have been alright. But nah. It should push in naturally eventually, but it's like how far upstream do you have to go to get back in, to go back up again. Let's see. I don't know where the road's gone. I'm assuming it's back up there. We'll have to obviously double back to find it if it does continue. It's still so high here. Look at this. Fucking Lantana Gorge. That's insane. You can see the slab of the rock there. It's just not easy to get to. Got a bit of a dip just here. I think that will be our deciding point. Grass is so long here. Fucking red hot. There's like another gully dropping in. Dry trib with Lantana. See if we can get a vantage point off the edge of that or something. There might be a way just here to get in. Like a zigzag off that rock. I can't see how hard it is to jump off it. Once we get off that and fight the Lantana for that first bit, I think it'll get a bit easier. Alright, so I'm trying to push down the side of this. This is taking way too much time. Fucking ridiculous. But anyway, I'm still at this last bit. I don't know if I can get off. I'm trying to find there's little animal tracks or something. I'm gonna push to that tree and see if there's a way to cut on an angle. I hope there is, otherwise I'm gonna be fucking stuck there. I'm gonna have to go back up and go further up. Like, I'm so close. I'm just trying to fight through this fucking gully now, so I'm snapping lantana piece by piece just to get in the fucking bit of the creek here. It doesn't look very fucking far, but it took so fucking long, probably 20 minutes to get down here. Now we're gonna get through this fucking deep fucking section with shoes on. I'm gonna try and go around. It looks like it drops off in a big boulder section before we get to the top of the falls, so that might be another fucking problem. If not, hey, we've got a cool cascade. I don't know if there's really much more. This creek looks pretty flat up here, but maybe we'll have a look at one more level above, just see it past that corner. But first, let's try and get back down here. Alright, so we're getting around this boulder. Luckily we can get on the face of the little cascade. We're almost at the corner where the top of the falls will be. You can see now this cliff line, while we couldn't get off this just here on top. We had to go so far around. Definitely some bonus cascades. I really didn't expect this creek to flow at all. It's not looking too bad for what it is. A real shallow spot here, you can put your bum in, but it's not really the most desirable swimming spot. Let's keep going around this bend. Nice wide open bits of rock here, which is beautiful. There might be a small little slide right at the top of the tier that might be hard to navigate to get to the very, very true edge, but we'll see. Surprisingly, this is not too greasy. It's got enough sun to dry out this rock, so that's good. Yeah, look at that. Might be good down this. Try on the side here. Maybe some steps. Oh, something jumped in the water. Probably a water lizard. Yeah, gonna get wet probably. Lovely. The only way, I have to get my shoes wet. Let's take them off and go barefoot for the last road. Might be the go. I might barefoot it from here. And it trips around. I'm not only gonna get to that edge. I may have been able to get up here. Now I see it from this side, that cliff wall kind of stopped. But yeah. I did want to kind of look at one cascade up further, see that's the problem. Now I've got to go back and go up here. Choices. Alright, climb down, dodgy because it's slimy and it's slanting slowly into the water. You've got not much to hold, it's going to be fun trying to get out of it. But anyway, not windy all of a sudden, but this fucking view, this is fucking epic. Especially with a bit of the waterfall. Oh, it's going to be cool. There's like 3 massive logs here, so this must get some fucking hectic flow in some part of the year. Wow, let's get on the edge. There we go, we get closer to the edge. Not sure if it was an eagle or a drone flying out there. Let's hope it's a fucking eagle. You kind of see somewhat of what we were going down before, but a little bit further around obviously, but it's pretty nuts trying to get a fucking perspective of this. Wow. Alright, let's try and get a bit close to this edge. It's crazy. We've got one more little tier, we'll just sneak down. But yeah, really one drop. But now you can kind of see that is a fucking gnarly hill climb. If you're going to try and get up that. Nah, it's an eagle. Hello, I'm not dead yet. Fucking no clouds, just boom. Look at this view, people. Top of a mainrangenp waterfall you've never heard of. Exactly. There we go, looking from the top now. It's definitely worth trying to come back and explore it. I could almost try and double back and come back in today, but I don't know if I can be fucked with that much effort. We're still got to get up the top of Brummell. Fucking hell. But hey, even for this has been a cool little find. I'm actually glad I'm barefoot here, made it a bit easy to get down this fucking bit of rock here. The top tier. Alright, let's try and get back and up and do what we're meant to be doing. Decided to come straight up here. You can see here the perspective, it looks like you can't get off it. It's a trick, but obviously we did. We got up, so that's why you naturally want to push further. Like the little cascade up there. Let's just get to the summit. It's taken 2.5 hours now with my detours into here. I didn't expect that. Kind of expected like 3 hours return, so it's gonna be blown out a bit, but that's all right. This is well worth the detour. This is fucking cool. All right, so we're back on the track. There's cow paddies up here, so fucking cows must fucking come from somewhere. Walking these hills. All right, so we're on their track and we're on the road, so don't know what this is. This might be a turn. I didn't know if it was going to be a turn, but it seems logical we need to start going up. And then again, it says we're kind of following the creek more. I don't know what this is. I reckon this might not be it. Even though logically I want to go this way. Yeah. Look at the track on the map. I don't know what the fuck this is. Just a roundabout away. It's getting higher. Yeah, we're going off the track a bit. Very confusing. I don't know if this does join. It seems logical more than going down. I don't want to go that wide. Let's fucking try this. If this gets us up. Really our summit is completely, it is that direction. Can't even see it, but unless there's curves, I don't know. It's very weird. This might just zigzag up to nothing. There's kind of a high knoll here. Don't know, people, this is the point. I don't know where these tracks are. It's too much going on. We're definitely going back the other way now. It's very weird. I think it's not going to work for us. We'll get to this corner, we'll just have a look. I was going to say that creek water was a little bit cold once you put your feet all the way in. And I walked through that little bit, but it's only because it was quite shaded on top of that falls. It is winter, but even though up here it's hot and the sun is nice at the same time. So it's kind of like, it's really perfect with no humidity in winter to do any peak, people. It's fairly recent fucking tyre tracks, so maybe the farmer gets up here and just checks his fucking shit. Anyway, I think that was the bit further up of the trip that we climbed down, even though that was dry. It's holding a bit of water marshy up here. Oh, I'm a lucky boy. It's fairly, probably about 2 weeks ago, if that, fairly recently slashed. I'm beautiful. I'm following the creek pretty much, and I thought there's an old well there or something. A bit of a slab of rock there, but it's fairly flat. I hope we don't meet any farm, even though that we're on the conservation land. It's a very weird setup. Obviously he's half donated it back. There's not a water tank there too. Maybe it was the farm and then they bought it back, and I don't know how, who's maintaining what, but he's got a deal to maintain it. Anyway, that's normally the case with nature refuges, but this is not a nature refuge, it's a conservation. It's a little bit different. Guidelines are different from how they run things. But right now we're on like a plateau of the bit of the range. You can see why that creek still flows, because it has all this flat area to drain off slowly. So it'll be pretty flat. I reckon his road will end most likely right before the last bit of the climb. I doubt there's a road all the way to the top. It looks too hectic. But we'll see. Here we are. Destination. It's gonna be a fucking slog. We've got another split track there. I don't know what the deal with that is. But the GBX line I'm following still goes this way. So now it's funny, because when you see this bit of the mountain from here, this feels like we're on the flat ground, like, you know, the normal level. And then that's like the actual mountain you're climbing. In hindsight, well, in reality, because we've already been around the back of it, we know what we've already climbed up, or walked up essentially. It's really a mountain on top of a mountain. It's crazy. But on the back side, it shears all the way down. That's why it's prominent. This side it just peters out slower. Right here is the start of the Parker Creek South, pretty much. That's where it's just dribbling, and yeah, the end of the line on Gaia. Obviously starts a little bit further up, but yeah. Okay, we can bend around, then we should be hitting a spur. Start ascending. Another little track going in there, but I think it's just kind of goes to the creek. I think this is the way we're going to go wider. Yep. Okay, here's another fucking split in the track. They'll probably just bend back to the other one. This is where we'll be going up, obviously. Up that. we'll be cutting up somewhere soon. We're almost there, but the GPX says no. Alright, our ascent's beginning. Still a long curvature way around, but hey, we just follow their route. A couple of wallabies just come scurrying away out of the bush. Now, we're still going the wrong way. This is weird now. I think we have to go off track. This is now veering to the other, on the other side of the ridge. A bit of a partial view, which is cool. Righto, off track snakes begin. Fuck me dead. So we didn't get the road as nice as I thought to the start of. A bit of a semi-open, scrabbly, I don't know, brush line like this. Here we go. Okay. We're just going to wrap it around. Righto, so yeah, at least the grass has calmed down a bit, it's a bit better. This is what we want to walk on. Perfect amount of scrabble. Not too steepy, which is good so far. So I noticed there's actually look, 2 peaks technically with Brummell. It's a saddle. So they kind of go to the far. The one was not the actual marked name. And the left one is the one we were going to shortcut it to originally. Anyway, we're going to visit both because that's the way this track goes. Why not? Alright, first part of the knoll done. Look at this valley view, that's fucking amazing. Wow. Shame it's not perfect fucking view. That's awesome. The advantage is going wider, just different viewpoints. You still got a long way. Fuck me dead. So that is all the main range, people. That's the scenic rim trail that actually scurries all the way around, and then it peters out where the national park kind of ends. And this bit here right in front of us actually is Mount Zahel, Z-A-H-E-L, and then there's actually Mount Cooper, which I need to climb that for obvious fucking reasons. But they're technically not in the national park anymore, which is fucking stupid because they're all joined to the same fucking national park main range. Anyway, let's keep going. I was hoping we'd get some views of this, and we did. I don't know if we'll get it again up there maybe, but we'll see. Alright, little saddle, another steep descent. Alright, so up another steep section yet again. That's going to be the far end of the ridge line, which I think I might call Mount Mort. Whether that track probably keeps going there, has to be determined. It's got to go somewhere because it curved that way. Anyway, we're nearly up the right elevation. We're just going to curve down one more dip and then up again. Fucking close, people. Look at the back of the main range views. Holy shit. It's like someone just scooped it out with a spoon. Digging in an ice cream bowl. That's what it kind of looks like. Ice cream container more than anything. That is wild. So yeah, on this bit of a ridge, it's going to curve. And once we get past the first hill, it's kind of has its own little mini saddle on that before the final. It's pretty narrow little ridge line. It's cool. If it was rocky, it would be almost like a razorback. But yeah, this is awesome. We finally get some good fucking nice views, eh? I'm glad I fucked around with the creek first, because now I am going to just try and push down the fast way. They're coming back this way again. Hopefully I don't die off the other side. Pretty sure that's Mount Castle, the back side of it. Rarely ever seen side because everyone looks at it from the main range. Boom. That's dope. And I was looking at this spur here and it looks like it zigzags, like you can almost get up that. And if I'm looking at the right spot on the map, I think you actually can. I think that's the end of the fucking the scenic rim track. Essentially, well, it's a fire trail that winds up. And then, yeah. That's crazy. I think that's the exit of it. And it takes you down into Laley Gap. So this would be Laley Gap and there. Yeah, okay, wow, that's crazy. Sure we should get this view again, but this is back looking kind of northeast. That's awesome. Just in case we can't spy that from our peak. It's pretty much the view we had from the waterfall, but now we're way higher, obviously. Well, we've got a bit of lantana on this fucking bit, but Hopefully, not too hectic. Well, this is the worst bit of the hike so far. This is fucking hectic. I'm trying to follow his GPX track, but like, it's just fucking horrendous. Well, just pushed out of that and just found one of his fucking farm tracks again. Like, what the fuck? Alright, well, I still think we need to go off track, unfortunately. Still need to curve up there. This will take us to the summit, maybe. We'll see. Well, I'm just pushed back into the brush because I feel like his track's up there. We just need to fucking get on the ridge. You can see the ridge looks clearer. There's all grass trees. It's beautiful. I'm just trapped by fucking 300 meters of this fucking shit. And now getting this fucking scrabbly ass fucking sarsaparilla vine as well. It's just so impenetrable. I couldn't see any other way for it to get his track. I don't fucking know. I don't know how old this GPX is. And that track there, the farm track might have been new, or maybe he didn't know it was there. Maybe he just went his own way and then, you know what I mean, found the track after like I just did. But either way, I don't think the track's going to take us directly up, so we have to just go for it. Fucking hell, man. Alright, I said fuck it, I pushed back out of the track. I'm trying to find a way. It's just the impenetrable lantana. We've got to this junction here, which actually might push the track back down. And this track here might actually take us up a little bit to the ridge. It might be fucking brilliant. We can just double back along. It'll be way faster than trying to push that lantana if it works. Fucking hell. Oh my god, it did. On the fucking ridge line. Thank God I didn't keep going with that lantana. So maybe his track was, yeah, before this road was built, or maybe lantana wasn't bad, you can just push up. Either way, this is our fucking way. So this is not the actual true summit, this is just the other end of it. We're gonna have a look anyway. Wow. We're already getting views of Barney and Maroon. That's cool. Keep going. So if you look down there, you can see that sea of fucking lantana. That's what I was just fighting. Fucking geez, that was thick. I nearly kept going too, but I was like 1% just got to look at this road. I was like, surely he didn't go this way. But like say, it could be 5 years old, this track, and I mean the GPX, it takes fucking one good summer and you can just fucking engulf for what was not engulfed area very quickly. Don't know if we're going to get views up this end, but we're just going to try. Massive gummers falling over here. Also you get some wind and topped her over, all that would rot it out. And then the wind. Setting the fire a little bit of the knoll. I'll tell you what, it's worth it. Look at this. We're getting fucking way better views. Holy shit, man. Oh wow. This is next level. Look at it. We were like somewhere in that lower ridgeline trying to peek through. This is nuts. Whoa. I wonder if the main summit's going to be as good as this. It might not. Almost 360 degrees. Wow. So worth it. This is an awesome fucking mountain. Look at the back of Maroon now. Just fucking rock boom. Huh. That's crazy. Oh, there's actually Gravel. Maybe Maroon's there. Yeah, right. That's wild. Too fucking steep on that side. Fucking see you later. Not a chance. You're gonna fucking die. Yep, our castle. That's cool. I'm itchy as fuck from the lantana. I thought that might have been a problem today. That's why I almost was going to wear a shirt. I was like, nah, it's so steep. I'm going to be heaving uphill, just fucking sweating my ass off. Yeah, here's what it is. Fuck, eh? That's awesome. 2 fires going on. Small one there, even 3. Small one there and a big one. Someone's burning their shit off. Right, there's our main summit. Fucking peeking through there. And then we'll decide if we because maybe we can follow that fire trail back, because now we know the trail comes nearly all the way up it. We'll get up there and we'll decide. The fire trail is long-winded, but it is like gradual. Pros and cons. I don't think I'm doing anything else today anyway now, so there's no point fucking rushing. I thought I might have done something else, but the waterfall and the fucking, just everything took way longer. I didn't even bring a bag, people. I kind of regret that now. This is what I mean, because without having knowledge of this trail, I didn't exactly know what the fuck I'm getting myself into. These round fucking circles for the fields, it's so weird. Fucking epic. Wow. That's so good, people. Fucking yield. Alright, let's get over. Alright, yeah, I was going to say, you could pitch a little tent there. It was a pretty sick little spot for a couple of people. But yeah, you're going to have to worry about your car because they're probably going to be pissed off them leaving fucking park there and up here today. But maybe you can get dropped off, park up the road. Fuck, it's a bit hard, but the road's a dead end and they'll be like, what the fuck? Either way. Yeah, look, I don't know if you get the same views up this direction from over there, but we're going to find out. But if not, it's good to come up here because you get to really see up the far end. Alright. So I think one tip so far is that if I had known, I would have taken one of the inside tracks that I thought was going up, and it fucking does. You would end up here anyway, and you could just double back on that little bit of the spur to the edge. That other bit of the rim that we did, that was cool. It was fitness, it was off track, it was, you know, we had views, but we got the same views better anyway up there if we had to just follow the track, but we didn't fucking know that. So now you can, you're welcome. Have yourself some bash. That's assuming the track's got to come from there. It doesn't come from the sky, so do a bit of digging around and try and error and you'll figure it out. I can't believe this track actually going to take us to the summit. It's blows my mind. I spoke too soon. Literally ends just then. Alright, the last part, it's alright. Still very good fucking track if you were to follow it. So a little bit of a small bit of the saddle and then probably one last little push up. So far, looking back, I don't know if we will get those views we had down there, so definitely worth going to it. But could be wrong, we'll see when we get up here. There's a bit of a view open there, but now we're getting to the trees again. Alright, so we're up and doing another little saddle. This is the final push. Oh, we made it. Fucking oath. There was a pole and she's died. Solar panel and a power box and a bit of barbed wire. Very fucked. Well, you know what? Views here are just as cool. But they are different to the other end where we just work way down there. So, worth going to both. Fuck yes. Now look how steep this cunt is to go down again. Yeah. I think that was the spur I was thinking about. Doable, but fuck me. Compared to the track I just went up, that is definitely shorter and hecticer. There's our waterfall with the creek, I reckon. Yeah. Yep, for sure. That'll be our bearings. Waterfall Creek, that's the spur. Boom. Wow. That is crazy. Look how high we are. So I think we're actually a little bit higher. Well, I thought it was about 6:40. Let me just check. It's now 2 o'clock, people, so time is fucking ticked. I started at like 20 to 10. We are higher here. It's 717. 711 just changed. Make up your mind. Wow, that's fucking sick. So worth the views. Feels like I'm at the ones west of Toowoomba, like fucking, I can't even think of his name. There's one that has like real expensive, real flat paddock views, kind of very similar. That's looking west, we're looking kind of northeast now. Actually, no, we're looking dead east to be honest. There you go. Hey, Brisbane City, I just spotted it. Mark and bomb. That's wild. Where are we gonna go next, people? Back home. You can't live on Mount Beau Brummel. Like, they're like, okay, we'll put a barbed wire fence around the pole. Probably was a weather station, and actually had an antenna, but it's fucked up, and obviously not in a rush to fix it. Even though they've got a road that takes them the majority of the way to get up here. Yeah, well, yep, the road could have took you most of the journey if we had a new, but anyway, that's still pretty cool. Wow. Let's go up the end here, have a gaze. This could be another spur option. Whether we do it or not is the question. We still might count a fucking lantana, like there's no guarantees. I did see patches were coming up it. It's probably the house that owns the fucking next to this. Wow. A little bit of clear spot in the middle of that hill there. There's cow shit here, so they've been up here. This is just going to roll off. And it's back to Mount Mort. So yeah, talk about a long-winded way because we were down there. So we fucking boost, fucking yeah, boom. Wow. If I shut up for a second, it is fucking silent. Except for like one bird. Awesome. Let's creep to the edge here. I wouldn't go down this way. It's a bit abrupt. Oh, it's doable, but fucking hell. No, that other spur is the option. Not really going to get much different of a view. Oh, I'm going to take some photos and I'll decide. I've got a fucking old radio inside this box with 2 batteries and 3, 4, 5 old bottles of fucking water. Check it out, but fucking super old Coca-Cola fucking lids. That's cool. We've stashed up here from the scout groups or whatever. Fucking like it, they're like, don't hike up here, but then they're like, here's water if you need it. Wait, what lid is that? Have you won $50,000? I doubt it because they wouldn't have left their box there. Well, actually, the people that recorded the GPX actually did go down that way, but it's fucking a bit nuts. I mean, I'd rather even tackle this one. But, here's what it is. Like I said, this could be probably done, but like a way that I'm going to still hit some fucking... There's a bit of a trap here. It looks good at the start, but I know there was patches of lantana. It was so fucking high. And we'll just take the road back, take it leisurely. I don't fucking care. I don't need to stress down a grass hill. If that was the only way, like to get up and down, then fucking yeah, I'd be doing it because I want to get down it or get up it. So the fact we found a secret road, I'm surprised they didn't walk back the road as well, but I don't know. Maybe they just wanted a different adventure. Some people just like to make things harder than they need to be. Oh. Fucking spiky fucking cunt in my pants violating me. Alright, we'll try and take that other track and see how it goes for at least we get to figure that out, and that will help you guys as well because that way you get to know if you can follow the whole way or not and what the story is with the track. Bypass that dodgy ridgeline that doesn't need to be done. Yeah, the other issue is like full long grass there, could be snakes. If it was a rocky spur, it might be a bit more fun to go up and down. But here we have a fucking mowed track, so it's like no brainer. Sick of all the grass seeds rubbing against me. These weird ass fucking, listen to that, it's like a rattle. Wait. Little fucking rattle, the seeds are dry inside. Anyway, I'll wait till we get down the new part of the track before I let you know how it went. Well, I'm so grateful these guys cut this track because this would have been fucking just lantana fucking hellholes hillside. So yeah, before this track, that would have been probably the most logical way if you're going right around. So yeah, no, this is good and it saves us fucking going down that steep other bit. So he already sent me on a goose chase once to go up that ridge. I'm not going to follow his GPX goose chase to go down the other side and realise it's so fucking steep. So fuck it, this is fine, this works, this is the way you should do it. Fucking in a few days. Sure, we'll join back where I think we will. I'm still kind of curious to follow it further on the ridge the other direction to find out about Mount Mort, but there may not be any views. It's hard to really know. Probably won't top what we just got there. It's disturbing. Big fucking pheasant or owl, what the fuck it is. Been carved out. Well, I seem to be making good time. As you come around this other side back to the east again, obviously the sun's over the other side of the hill now, so it's quite nice. It's shady enough and it's beautiful. It's so calm, it actually feels like a really nice, just a tranquil walk. Besides the semi-stress of not supposed to be in here. But I tell you what, yeah, this deserves to be a proper trail because it's safe enough the way you walk around the road. There's no reason why anyone can't do this. Anyway, hope you enjoy this journey. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bells, get notified of all the new misadventures. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, eh? Peace out.